Welcome back to another video, guys, and today I'm going to be showing you how much money I can make with 100k cash stack merchanting. So I decided a realistic figure that most free players have is around about 100k, and a lot of players complain that with 100k they can't really merchant. So I decided that I would go to the Grand Exchange on this nice little level 3 newbie account with 100k cash, and I would basically invest it for about an hour. It was bang on an hour. And I wanted to see how much money I could actually make. So I started testing margins with the cash stack I had, and then I began to identify margins and manipulate those, if you will, to my advantage to make profit. And to start off, death runes were really good. I think they had a 4 GP margin initially, and then as the sort of first 10-15 minutes passed, it dropped to about 3 GP margin. So I started flipping thousands of those. I think throughout the video I probably flipped about 10k death runes. Some other notable flips were coal, where I think I was making about 3 GP. Adamant arrows were quite good as well. I started doing tin ore, but it was quite slow. But obviously I was going for mainly speed. I also managed to do some grapes, and I think the margin was about 2 GP on those. I thought it'd be basically interesting to see how I would flip in a free play world with 100k, and to see at the end of the hour how much money I would have compared to when I started. So really interesting concept, and I know a lot of players have been asking, you know, hey, can you like do it with 100k and like see what you can make, and it'd be really interesting to see like what you use when you've got 100k item wise to make profit. Now some things about merchanting when you've only got 100k, essentially, instead of doing bulk trades like you would do if you had like a mill, you have to break it up into small sections. So what this means is you're going to need to be at the Grand Exchange a lot more when you've got a lower cash stack, so that you can continue to monitor your trades and adjust them, you know, as and when required. So instead of buying like 10k death runes in one go and sticking them back in for 3 GP more and making 30k profit, instead you're going to need to do it in like 500 rune sort of increments, as it were. So that's one of the things you can do, and that's what I was doing in this video. So again, with the coal ore I could afford about 1k because it was about 130k after I'd done some trading, and then you would just put it back in for like 137k, so you know, make a couple of k profit per transaction. And as long as you're there and monitoring it, and the trades do come through pretty fast, you could actually still make pretty good money. And you'll see that I actually made some quite good money in this video, and when I was thinking at the end about the amount I had, which you'll see at the end of the video, compared to the start, you know, as an initial profit, it was actually pretty good. I would say it would probably be one of the more profitable methods, even just with 100k, bearing in mind you could use the initial 100k stack and make as much as you could possibly within like an hour, and that would be a good practice for when you've got that additional sum again. And then obviously as you get better and as your cash stack grows, you can then experiment with maybe slightly slower items with a higher profit margin. But strictly speaking, if you want to make as much money within a 1 hour period with 100k cash, you want to be going for items that are fairly low value, that are bulk easy items, runes, ores, bars, etc. Ores and bars are generally slower than runes, and you need to bear that in mind. But generally, yeah, runes were very good. I was making sure I was conscious of trade limits still, which is obviously an important part of merchanting. But yeah, you can see that there was some good money made. I think we're just coming up to the end of my sort of trading clips, and you'll see the overall stack. So I just kind of cut it to this part here, where I don't know if I actually included the purchase of, but I purchased grapes, like a K of them, and then I sold them. Sorry about the dodgy editing, but yeah, so that was, oh, there we go. So it was like 1 hour, I finished recording and I bought some grapes, and so I decided I'd sold them, and they came through within the hour, which is good. And you can probably see there my overall cash stack. So that's 145k. So the accurate amount is 145,957 GP. So in 1 hour I made a profit of 45k, or just under 46k. So you know, if you consider that on a sort of yield basis, that's like a 45, basically 46% return on my investment in 1 hour. But that's all for me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please do not forget to rate, comment and subscribe for more exciting future content.